Hey, my name is Kelsey Tolbert. I am our Assistant AD for marketing here at App. Basically what that means is marketing the department in all of our sports, making sure that fans have a great time at games, and driving revenue. It's important for us to have female representation in all aspects of athletics, just for that fact, to have somebody that everybody can look up to, whether you're an assistant AD like me looking up to senior level administration and athletic directors, or coaches that are moms and how they're living their lives and also their careers, to my daughter and having her look up to the student athletes and my interns and how they're living their lives, and she's modeling her life choices after them.
I'm Krista Bain. I'm the Athletics Administrative Support Specialist here at App State. That role entails me helping schedule meetings, help the senior administration plan events, and help out the entire department. It's really cool getting to see other women in sports. This wasn't the field that I always wanted to go into, but during college I got to meet a lot of women who worked in the field and got to see what a really cool experience it was.
My name is Sarah Hicks. I'm the Director of Olympic Athletic Training, so I oversee all of the athletic trainers for our Olympic sports, and I also directly oversee field hockey and softball. I think it's important for women to be in all areas of athletics because it shows our student athletes the things that they can do in their future. It shows how they can be leaders beyond sport and life after sport, and also just represents the general athlete population. We have over 200 female student athletes, so to see their gender represented throughout athletics is important.
My name is Madison. I am the assistant athletic trainer for women's tennis and women's basketball. I feel like my position affects the athletics department by making sure the athletes are always healthy. They are not injured, and if they are injured, I'm taking care of those athletes as in pertaining to their bodies, making sure their bodies are good, making sure they're not overworking their bodies, and if they are, I'm letting like strength and conditioning know, I'm letting the nutrition people know as well. So I think we're more of a direct line from the athlete to before they even go to coaches about it sometimes, or even before they go to strength and conditioning, or even before they go to nutrition. So being that direct line and having that good rapport with the athletes, it makes a big impact. These little girls, when I was little, having to be able to watch TV and seeing, oh, there's a women's basketball coach, oh, there's a women's athletic director, oh, there's a women's athletic training assistant. There's a lot of, especially in athletic training, it's a male-dominated sport. It's a male-dominated job. So having to look up and be able to see someone that looks like me to little girls, and I think that's just a big part of it.
Hi, I'm Sarah Holder. I'm the Associate Athletics Director for Business here at App State Athletics. I oversee all the payables going out and income coming in for the department, and I work closely with coaches and other units of athletics regarding their budgets. I think women work very, very hard and diligently to be professional and to be in every single aspect of any job, I feel, and I think it's just a motivational and self-fulfillment of confidence given to women. I think especially, those who are moms and those who have other things that they're dealing with outside of life, as everyone does. I think it's just really important to have that just self-fulfillment and confidence in every role here.
My name is Regina Parquet. I'm the men's basketball athletic trainer. I've been here for I think 3.5, 4 years almost now. I think that my position is very important just in general, being a woman in sport, also a woman working with the men's team. I think it's important to have that around and have a different perspective on things. In some ways, I think it makes my athletes more comfortable, that they have a different person, a different type of personality to come and talk to and get a different perspective on. Representation matters. Having somebody in a position that looks like you is super important, and it also just, again, it helps with athletes and other people being more kind of comfortable with being open, and it also is inspiring for young athletes or other young professionals who might want to do what I do, it's important for them to see somebody that looks like them in that position that they want to be in, to know that it's attainable. And having somebody in a position that looks like you is incredibly important. I did not have that being a young black female athletic trainer, in the profession. Early on in my career, I never saw anybody that looked like me. And the first time that I did, it was just like, whoa, like finally, I can do this for someone who looked like me that was in the profession for a long time. It was incredibly important. It was incredibly inspiring. And if I can be that for someone else, that makes everything that I've done and all the sacrifices and the discrimination that I've faced even more important. I would rather have experienced something like that so that somebody else doesn't have to.
My name is Tess McCain. I work as the Director of Performance Nutrition for Olympic Sports. So I really act as a resource for the athletes, every team except for football, to come and to get inquiries about nutrition, looking for just tips that they can use to improve their own performance and just their overall health. And then we act as a resource for some food and some supplements to really emphasize pre and post workout for the athletes as well. There's not many schools, especially in the Sun Belt Conference, who have dietitians, and the majority of dietitians are female. So especially as far as my field goes, it's been growing, especially in the past couple years, and I think it will continue to grow.
I'm Erica Chung. I am the Senior Associate Athletic Director and Senior Women's Administrator here at App State. And essentially what that means is I oversee our women's sports and make sure that all of our operations are running smoothly for them, and work with the conference and cross campus on championships and other duties as assigned. No matter what you do or no matter what sport you like, you can have a career in it, and if you work hard and decide that's what you want to do, it's possible because there are people who've done it before you and can help you get to where you want to be.
Women's sports have grown a lot, especially I would say within the past 5 years. Women's basketball has taken off, and then there's also, we have a lot of big name female athletes like Serena Williams, people like that represent the sport, and then people watch it more. There are more associations for women's sports. ESPN has ESPNW, things like that, so that has really made women's sports skyrocket.
I think women are trying to compete at the exact same level as men. I think that they are realizing like they are capable of doing that. There's just more sports that they can participate in, there's more teams represented, and I think it's just a great way for the women involved in the sports to feel represented as well.
Now we got women's coaching football, women's coaching basketball, women coaching male-dominated sports, and women's coaching women-dominated sports. So being able to see that all across the board has been amazing.
I've seen women's sports grow tremendously. Different sports at different institutions have peaked. At previous institution, our volleyball team had some of the best attendance across all of our sports, and it was amazing to watch. Here, we saw softball have an amazing season last year, beating UL. This year we have the chance to host them here, and so seeing these female sports grow and continue to attract new fans, younger fans, is very exciting, and that's what we've seen trajectory-wise.
As someone who played sports growing up, seeing the crowds that we have, seeing the engagements of the fans, and seeing really and truly how much of an impact our student athletes have on the community is incredible to see, not only as an athlete, but as someone who works in this department and wants to see them get the most out of their experience.
Even from the beginning, women's sports, I feel like, have such a desire to show that, desire to be in the community and be part of our mission statement, where we just have such a drive to be that first-class experience for our student athletes. And I think it's great, and those women's sports are just succeeding at such a pace and improving each and every year. Coaching staff and student athletes, and just the joy between the coaches and student athletes I see, it's just amazing.
Slowly but surely, there's more respect for women in athletics, and as a result, it's evident that we can do the job, we can be respected in the position. So I've definitely seen more women involved in athletics, and again, more respect to the women that have paved the way. and I think that's incredibly important.
It's kind of cliche, but really anything's possible. Any opportunity is open to you as long as you go out and work for it and get your foot in the door wherever you are.
My piece of advice that I would give is something that I wish I would have heard when I first started my career, is to not be afraid to also be a female outside of the work environment. Sports take up a lot of our lives, whether we're playing them or we're working in them. We're working on the weekends, we're here on Wednesdays until 9 o'clock. Our hours are never 9 to 5, but don't be afraid to live your life outside of sports. Be a mom, have kids, live your life, go have a family. That was something that I didn't think I was going to be able to have, and now I'm able to have it, thanks to some role models that have shown me how to do it.
Even if you are not athletic, because I was not athletic at all, the world of sports is such an amazing opportunity, and there's so many facets of what you can do and what you can bring. You don't have to be a student athlete to have an input and to enjoy it and to make amazing connections here. And I think athletics as a whole is just such a cultural family environment where you care about everybody, those bonds that you build with coaches and student athletes and all the support crew that goes into it. Just the behind the scenes is amazing, and I think that don't limit yourself just because if you feel like you don't have that athletic experience yourself, just reach for it and live it and be amazing.
Don't give up. Always try your hardest. It's going to be hard at times, and you're going to want to feel like you want to give up, but don't. Keep pushing. Always be, walking with your head held high, your chest out, letting them know like, hey, like I know how to do the same thing, male can do.
Be yourself, not even comparing yourself to other females, other males, like just do the best to your ability, and whatever that looks like is really all you can give. And I think that you'll find more opportunities will come from being yourself and just giving what you can.
Women think that they have to choose between having a family and having a career, but I think it's important to keep in mind that your career goals and life goals are equally important. So you can be a mother and you can have a family and also be involved in athletics.
Girls, go get it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't. And you don't have to have played sports to work in athletics. I think that's a common misconception as well. If you want to do this, if you have a passion for it, there are people who can help you, and as long as you work hard, you will absolutely be able to do it.
This is something that is absolutely attainable for you. It's something that you can succeed in. It's something that people will eventually, show more and more respect for. There is space for you here. I think that's the most important thing. There's absolutely space for you in this profession, in this world.